What is up, Cowboy Nation? Dallas fan 1997 here, guys. And in about an hour or so, our Dallas Cowboys take on the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football on NBC. It's going to be in Dallas. It's a big game. Cowboys are coming into this game beat up and hurt. We're obviously missing CeeDee Lamb, our best offensive player. We're going to be missing Cooper Beebe, and we're also going to be missing Tyler Booker. So the Cowboys got a lot of injuries, but the Green Bay Packers, I believe, are also missing Zach Tom, and they're missing another starting offensive lineman, so they're a little bit beat up and hurt on the offensive side of the ball too. But Cowboys obviously have a lot more injuries. Good news is DaRon Bland sounds like he will be playing tonight, along with I was trying to think of who else is playing. Oh, Jadeveon Clowney. They will be playing tonight, so that should help us a little bit there in the secondary. Cowboys, we came off a very disappointing loss, to say the least, last week against the Chicago Bears. And yeah, man, it's just been crazy. Outside of the Cowboys, my New York Yankees, I made a video a couple days ago. Could they win out? My Yankees did, in fact, win out. They did not win the AL East, unfortunately, because the Blue Jays had to lose one game while the Yankees had to win out. And the Yankees did win out. They finished 94-68. Same record as we finished last year in 2024. So we finished 94-68 this year in 2025. Unfortunately, the Blue Jays got a big win today, and they won the AL East. They have the tiebreaker because they beat us. They have a better division record than we do. And the Yankees, we got to go out there and we got to play the Boston Red Sox. And recent history shows we have not been good against Boston in the playoffs. This year we've struggled against them. We only won one series the entire year, and that was just this last one a couple weeks ago. And we haven't beaten Boston in the playoffs since 2003. We lost, of course, in 2004. We blew a 3-0 lead in the ALCS, and Boston went on to win the World Series that year. 2018, we lost in the wild card, and then 21, we lost in the wild card. So we'll see how the Yankees do. They will be playing this week in the wild card series versus Boston. But But back to the Cowboys. What are the Dallas Cowboys' keys to tonight's game? Well, you know, the pundits, everybody on ESPN, everybody in the mainstream sports world thinks that the Cowboys are going to get absolutely blown out by 3 touchdowns. And it is what it is. But not me. I believe despite that we're coming into this game beat up and hurt, this is actually a winnable game. This is actually a game where the Cowboys can surprise some people. I really do think so. You know, everybody's been saying the Green Bay Packers are a Super Bowl contender. I don't believe that for 1 second. I do think the Green Bay Packers are a good team. I do think that they have a very good offense. I think their defense has a very good pass rush, but they're weak against run defense, which leads me to my first point. Number 1, Cowboys got to pound the rock. I feel like if we pound the rock straight up the middle, Devontae Wyatt, Carl Brooks, Kobe Wooden, those guys are very good pass rushers, but they're not great against the run. Even though we are missing Cooper Beebe and we're missing Booker, TJ Bass is a good run-blocking offensive guard. Brock Hoffman is a good run-blocking center, and we still got Tyler Smith. If we pound the rock at those guys who are not great against the run, Cowboys can make some noise. That's the first thing. Number 2, Cowboys got to protect the football. 2 out of the last 3 games, the Cowboys have shot themselves in the foot. The first game, we were driving to possibly take the lead over the Eagles. Miles Sanders fumbled in the red zone. Even last week, even though we lost, we had a huge momentum swing. We had a big stop against the Bears. Javonte Williams in the offense was driving. Got stripped from behind. That changed the entire complexion of the game. Who knows, if Javonte Williams doesn't fumble that ball, we're looking at an entirely different game last week. I feel like that moment was huge. Fumbling the ball in that situation was a momentum changer. Cowboys had to protect the football. Having 5 turnovers like the Cowboys do in 3 games is not a recipe for success. You're averaging 1.5 to 2 turnovers a game. It's very hard to win in the NFL when you're turning over the ball that much. So Cowboys must protect the football on the offensive side of the ball. 3, minimize the penalties. I say it every single week. If you get penalties that shoot yourself in the foot, you get, back 5 yards in the red zone, it hurts your drive, hurts your scoring opportunities. So got to stay disciplined on the offensive side of the ball. Dak Prescott doesn't have to, I feel like, do anything great in this game as long as he goes out there and he manages the game. Just don't turn over the football, don't fumble, don't make bad reads. As long as he makes the throws he's got to make, utilize the short game like he did last week and just pound the rock, really. Run straight at Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is terrible in run defense. He's a great pass rusher, and if the Cowboys get into a situation where we're down by 2 scores, trust me, Micah Parsons will get his sacks. He will. If the Cowboys are down by a couple scores and they have to pass the ball to get back in the game, Micah will feed. He will eat Terrence Steele and Tyler Guyton alive. Honestly, Facts Only Sports, shout out to him. The Big Country's talking about this. He says that Brian Schottenheimer running a lot of 12 personnel wouldn't be a bad idea in this game, and I agree. You don't have CeeDee Lamb. You know that Tyler Guyton and Terrence Steele are a weakness there, especially in pass blocking. I agree with Big Country. I think that the Cowboys should run a lot of 12 personnel. I think we should pound the rock straight up the middle. And if we're not pounding the rock straight up the middle, we're utilizing the short game. And that we're running straight. And if we're not running straight up the middle, you're running right at Micah Parsons. You don't want to run at Rashawn Gary. He's the best run defender the Green Bay Packers got. That guy's a beast. He's a great pass rusher and a great run defender. But he's the only person on that defensive line that's great at stopping the run. Everybody else is either average or not great at stopping the run. So if you run straight at the Packers, if you run the ball straight at Micah Parsons, make him beat you. Run the ball straight at Micah Parsons. I think the Cowboys have a chance. Defensively, I don't even know where to begin. I talked about it last week. The corners were terrible. Luckily, we do have Deron Bland back, which is going to help the secondary a little bit. It helped in week 1. I think the number one thing, now that we got Jadeveon Clowney, is to get pressure on Jordan Love. I've seen Jordan Love a few times this season. You put him in situations where he's uncomfortable, get some pressure on him, which is what we've kind of struggled to do that this year. But if you get some pressure on Jordan Love, you can force him into mistakes. You can. The Cowboys have enough talent to do so. They haven't played great this year, but they have enough talent to do so. But if you get pressure on Jordan Love, force him into mistakes, he'll make mistakes. So getting pressure on him is important. Number 2 is stopping the run. Don't let Josh Jacobs feed. Make sure that you're playing good, solid run defense for the defensive tackles. I'm not too worried about them, other than the fact that this coaching staff doesn't give me any confidence defensively. Why in the world is Jay Toya inactive and Mozzie Smith active? Makes no sense. Absolutely terrible coaching and player evaluation by the defense. Matt Eberflus in particular. And if Shoddy had anything to do with it, him too. Sorry. But there's no way that Jay Toya should not be playing and Mozzie Smith should be active. It's a joke. Absolute joke. Player favoritism at its finest. But defensive tackles is going to be important in this game. Holding their own, holding at the point of the attack. Chopping it up with 2 times, talked about it in his video. Shout out to him too. And thanks, bro, for coming on my live the other day. That was fun. Getting pressure up the middle will be important as well. He mentioned that. And I think that Osa and Kenny have done a decent job of doing that this year. They got to continue to do it. Linebackers got to play better than what they did last week, really all season. But if you get pressure on Jordan Love, you stop Josh Jacobs, you just slow down the Packers just a little bit, and you take, and don't make any too big of mistakes, you got a chance. Honestly, I feel like as long as the Cowboys, protect the football, they don't fumble like they have 2 out of the last 3 weeks in critical situations, as long as we run the football effectively like we have, honestly, every game this year we've ran the ball well. As long as we run the football, we pound the rock at Micah Parsons, utilize the short game, run the ball straight up the middle at those defensive tackles that are not great in run defense. We dominate time of possession. We don't turn over the football. We have a chance in this game. And as long as the defense can just play a little bit better and we do those things that we need to do on offense, and not put the defense in a harmful situation, the Cowboys actually have a chance. They really do. I'm not expecting anything, if I'm being honest. I'm really not, because this team, especially defensively, has shown me they just are not disciplined. They're not playing with any urgency or intensity. But I'm telling you right now, if we can run the football effectively and we don't turn the ball over, we don't get costly penalties, we dominate time possessions, we run straight at Micah Parsons, run straight at him, run straight at him, run straight up the middle, run up the gut, pound the rock with Javonte Williams, Cowboys have a chance. So I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if that sounds crazy. They really do. And the Packers, while they're a good team, they're a playoff caliber team, they're beatable. They're beatable. So Cowboys have a chance, but do I expect anything? Not really. But Cowboys have a chance. They really do. They really do. They got to play smart, disciplined football, and hopefully they came to play. I'm already not feeling good, though, because YJ Toya is inactive and Mozzie Smith is. Just like last week, it makes no sense. It shows me Matt Eberflus is not doing a good job of player evaluation, and that's concerning. And Shoddy, too. Shoddy is the head coach. You know, he can decide who's active and not. Shoddy, I don't agree with you, buddy. There's no way that Jay Toya should be inactive and Mozzie should be active at all. It's ludicrous. But we're going to find out what happens here. I'm not expecting much, but we'll see what happens. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.